Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. GoodTimesWithScar here, and welcome back to the foolish worlds of Foolcraft. And we're here in the crazy tycoon's basement with our Tesla coil, and of course our storage drawers lining all of the edges here, and our safety railings, of course, so we don't have any accidents around here. Got to keep the place Scar safe. But let's take a look at what we worked on in our last episode. So we worked on the sub basement here, where we have our giant capacitor bank with 265 million RF stored here. And of course, thank you for the tip on how to set that up. So you just push shift. Well, not when you have a torch in your hand, but you get the picture. So we've got that set up there. We've got a refined storage hooked up. And of course, that is attached to the Tesla coil. So that's looking really cool. Now, of course, there were quite a few errors in the last episode. Most of them were fixed by the end of the episode, but one of them that wasn't, and thank you so much for suggesting it, was that on our compacting drawer setup, we have our drawer controller. And then through the back here, I didn't know that it was possible to click this and prioritize the storage. So by putting this at level 10, the things that we put into the storage are sent over to the sorting drawers over here instead of the colossal chest. And that's how I'd hoped the system was set up in the first place, but I didn't know you could prioritize it. So thank you for that tip. So say we, jump over here and we throw this in there. Look at that. Bam. We got it over here. And then eventually we can lock it. I don't have the keys on me. And then we can set the numbers and all that good stuff over there. So I'm super happy with the way that's going to work. Now I just got to set them all up. Just have that one at the moment. Now for the colossal chest. So the reason I wanted this system the way it was the mass storage would go into all the compacting drawers and the drawers up on the top level, and everything in the colossal chests would be miscellaneous things like, I don't know, a random reinforced door or a reinforced obsidian bucket of all things. Those things would go in here. They're very kind of randomized things. But you guys said that these things could cause lag. So what should we do? Should we get rid of the colossal chests or should we keep them? So hashtag keep colossal chests, hashtag get rid of colossal chests. And then of course, we can do a disk drive for refined storage or something along those lines. So in the comments, it's up to you. You vote, guys. It's your decision. So we can totally do that. But other than that, I'm super happy with the way this came out. And I think it's going to be really good. But what we need to do now is we need to head over to our original terrible base and start working on some new machines to start cultivating creatures. And the first creature we are going to cultivate is the elusive Enderman. Because I need ender pearls. I'm going poor at Iskal's shop. And I can't buy a plot or open up my own shop because I'm spending all my money at the Ender shop. So at Black Pearl shop, not Ender shop. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start crafting up some stuff. So I made a couple little things here. And one of the things we're going to do is we're going to create a powered spawner just because I kind of want to experiment with it. It seems interesting. And to get to the point of having a powered spawner, there's a lot of fun building and machines that we can create that look super cool. So that's the method that I chose for this one. And we're also going to make a mob grinder. We'll talk about that a little bit later. The reason being behind that. Oh, philosopher's stone, that makes gold, super useful. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna start working on this. We need quite a few machines and different things along those lines, so we'll start working on that. And if you guys are enjoying the video, hit a like button, it helps me so much, and let's get this episode underway. Welcome back, and I want to show you guys this super cool bag that you let me know to make in our last episode's comments. So I got so many tips in the last episode. So giant bag, it gives me way more storage and it doesn't have the glitches that the golden bag of holding has. And seriously, those things have been glitched out since Foolcraft 1. They need to update those at some point because they are super messed up. But let's get going with our builds today. And one of the things that we need to create is latex processing. So first thing we need to make is a tree extractor. So let's jump into our inventory here. So I was looking at this mod. So this, of course, is industrial forging. And let's just take a little look here. So the first thing we need to create is a tree. Here we go. And this is the fluid extractor. So fairly simple recipe. And then after that, we need to create a little latex machine here. So here it is, latex processing. So fairly simple machines, just basic stuff. One of the best tips you guys ever gave me, this is seriously the best, is backspace. Like that is hands down the best tip I've ever gotten. It saves so much time. Because used to be, I'd be like, click on this, and then I'd like exit out of it, and it was a nightmare. But yeah, these are super simple. So I'm going to start working on these. Now, I don't know how much latex you get for one tree, but I don't think it's a lot. I think it's like just a single bucket, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to go build those. And then from that, we're going to create the mob masher or grinder, I think. Let me check. I think it is. Let me see here. I don't remember what it's called. I'm going to have to double check because I have some notes made for this. Let's see. What is this? Mob slaughter factory. Oh, I like that. Mob duplicator. Now that's a cool one because what you can do with that is you can take mob essence and then duplicate mobs through it. But I have a slightly different way I want to try doing this. So we're not going to do it exactly that way, but that's also probably a better way of doing it in the end, I would assume. Mob crusher, here it is. This has the best name too. Like, I love that sound, the mob crusher. So gold gears. So that's not too bad. We need some books and a sword. So yeah, lots of crafting to do, but it'll be well worth it once we get there. All right, so I've got both machines made. Now, I do believe the tree guy, so I'm just gonna place this down, and eventually we're gonna make this look nice in our base. This is just temporary to get us going. So if we place that there, this thing will, let's see, tree fluid extractor. So I think this is gonna start to extract from this. It should. And then let's jump over here to the latex processing unit. And I believe this requires, yes, this will require power. So we'll definitely get that powered up. But I'm not getting any actual action out of this. I wonder if you can't just put logs next to it. I wonder if it has to be a living tree. Let's see if that's the case. Huh, that would make sense, I guess. Let's put it there. Interesting. Oh, I don't think the front was facing the tree I placed. I think it was facing outwards. Okay, so you just have to make sure that the little like logo on the front is facing the tree. Okay, perfect. And then we'll just take this guy and we'll just stick it here for now. Let's just stick it up on this guy. There we go. Totally temporary setup. That's clearly not working. Well, that's why I do have a couple of these capacitor banks ready to roll for today until we get it all hooked up in our main storage area. There we go. Put that there and that should fill that up. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And we'll shoot on over here. Check out this. All right, there we go. Okay, so these two steps are complete. I'm already thinking of places we can set these up and potentially automate them. So if we make sure that we have trees constantly being produced in front of this guy, and then it's fluid sending over to this pal, get a nice little setup over at our basement. Anyway, I'm gonna watch this thing fill up, guys, and start making some latex, and then we'll be well on our way for the mob crusher. To speed up the process, I made a whole bunch more of these things, and as you guys could tell, it's working. So the blocks are starting to be broken over here, and if I get disconnected from the server, it's no one's fault but one creature, and that creature is named Jelly. Jelly right now is completely sprawled out over my router. We're gonna get her a heating pad because she wants something to sit on that's warm. You know, she's an older cat. You know, it gets a little stiff and sore. So I think that'd be good. Heating pad. I think that's gonna help her and help our internet. Anyway, so one tree looks like it equals one bucket plus maybe like a quarter of a bucket, something along those lines. Anyway, so we've got one latex bucket, so we can throw that in there, and that's creating tiny dry rubber. We need to make sheets of rubber. So I think we need a whole bunch of the little guys to make the sheets, but it's working and we're soon on our way. It's just, we need way more of that stuff. How is this going here? Are we working towards it? Do we got a full bucket? No bucket yet, but yeah, I'm gonna continue this production and hopefully we get enough of those little tiny balls to make some of them sheets. Welcome back, and we've got ourselves a little bit of the tiny dry rubber. So we've got a few of those little pieces. Now this machine takes a ton of water, so I think what we need to do is set up some kind of piping system so it constantly feeds the machine water, because buckets, not gonna cut it. But let's jump over into our crafting bench here, and we can just put these guys in there like so, and now we have the dry rubber. So not a lot of them, 7 pieces, not a ton, but I think that's going to suffice for now. And if we head on down to our smelting array and we throw those on in there, well, actually, if we take that out, there we go. No. Where did my thing go? It's lost. Wait, 9? Is that all I got out of that was 9? Thought I got a few more of those. Okay, here we go. So is that gonna cook it? Oh, perfect, it is, totally awesome. And 3 sheets per thing. Okay, that's probably gonna be enough for what we need, I assume. Awesome, so yeah, I think that's gonna be enough. Let's jump over here and see how many in we got here. Okay, 9 sheets, and then we can continue to make more rubber. Now that at least we have the machine set up, we just need some kind of fluid piping from this guy to here, and then I think we'll actually be doing fairly well in terms of production of that. So now that we've got that, the mob crusher is just steps away, but I still would like to see if I could maybe make this produce a little bit faster. Welcome back, and I am quite proud of our little automation here. I know it's very simple, and it's just kind of lame in terms of stuff that people could do in bottom, but for me, I'm proud of this. So we've got our capacitor on the top, got a solar panel. I believe we're positive in terms of energy. We've got the fluid ducts from thermodynamics, and of course the servos attached to that. I don't 100% know how these work exactly, but they're working, so I'm not going to ask a lot of questions. And the only thing that we need to replenish for this is the logs, and I'm not quite sure how to do that yet. Maybe there's like a block placer that we can build, and it just places down logs if we harvest a whole bunch of them, and then I'm sure there's a way of automating the creation of the trees, and that's a whole thing, but it's working. We have full water, and the latex is consistently flowing in here, and we're getting constant rubber out of it. So I'm happy about this. It's totally working. So yeah, next thing we need to do is just continue to, I guess, just create our dry rubber and sheets, and eventually create that mob crusher. So we're well underway for the Enderman crusher. It's really cool to learn something, right? Like there's an accomplishment, even if it was something very, very simple, but I'm quite pleased with this. But let's take a quick break from this and let's head off to the town hall, because I do believe we have been paid for the week. So we're still going to work on our chillaxing. That is part of our next episode. So that's going to be pretty cool. And a hidey hole. This looks actually new. Let's see. After the thief of the night. Job, you probably had one or multiple intruders in your base, stealing your stuff. In order to keep your goodies safe and sound, you will need a secret lair. I love secret lairs. Payment $250. Requirement, create a secret lair, at least 11 by 11, must have a secret entrance, must have a defense mechanism against unwanted intruders, must have a cool name. Ooh, I like this. Once activated, you have 3 episodes to finish this job. I like that. That's going to be fun. We might do that for a live stream, but let's check our box. Did I hear the sounds of freedom? Oh, there's Freedom. Hey, Freedom. I thought I heard the sound of freedom. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, another $200. No fines. I'm like, do we have any fines? I don't know. Let's actually check the boardwalk, see if there's any new shops here. Let's see, the Blazing and the Black Pearl. Wait, there's a new shop over there. Oh, hold on. We gotta go check that out. We gotta check this out. This looks like a new shop. I know Iskall was gonna be working on a new shop. He was coming up with names on his stream, and I came up with a very creative name called, get ready for it, The Loot Shop. That's right. Yeah, this place looks amazing. Let's see. You will crack the ultimate fool. Oh, will you crack the ultimate fool? I don't know. Will I crack the ultimate fool? Rares and epics. Can I go through here? Oh, it's not open yet. Oh, well, that's a shame. Well, wow. How do you make those? Oh, you can't zoom in and Optifine without changing that key binding. Those hovering things look really, really cool. Oh, I got to figure out how to make those. Those are neat. Anyway, I got a question for you guys. I want to have a shop. I need a shop. Have to have a shop. What should I make? I think one of the things that I came up with just as a temporary idea was maybe like ore from Ender.io. What if we create like the different ores that you get from Ender.io and sell them as if they're popsicles? So I think that could be a cool idea. So let's shoot back to our base real quick and let's do a little brainstorming. So we could set it up really as kind of like a ice cream parlor, if you will. And we could have maybe a part of the plot be, you know, umbrellas and tables and things along those lines. Where's my chest with it? Oh, here it is. So don't these things look like popsicles? Like, look at these things. These things look just like popsicles. So that's a shop idea. But in the comments, like, what's a useful shop that I could do? That's something that we would make money from. So in the comments, hashtag shop ideas. I want to hear from you guys. But I do like my popsicle idea. I think that might be pretty cool. So let's see. I need to put my money away and continue to tend to my latex production, and I'll be right back. Welcome back, and latex production is going very well. So I've added a couple extra machines here, and I thought I could put down a compacting drawer, and then it would make it into that bigger piece of latex, but unfortunately it doesn't work that way. Would have been really cool if it did, but it doesn't. But let's move on now because it's time to make the mob crusher. That's right. I'm actually quite excited to make the mob crusher. So we'll fly on into our inventory here and let's see. We need to make ourselves, let's see, make that beautiful. And we'll fly on back here, make ourselves a sword and then slide over here. And it looks like we need a simple machine chassis or machine frame. I actually have some of those frames over here, so I guess we could just slide off one of those and then swoop back over here and books and the gold gear. And I think other than that, we should be able to be good here. So we'll make, let's see, we need 2 of those, correct? There we go. Let's make 1 more of those. Beautiful. And pop back up here and then the books and that. What else do we need? Books? Oh, I made books just a minute ago because I knew we were going to need them. There we go. I'm not sure why we need books. It's just an odd recipe for this. What about, wait. Oh, I'm not in my fly swatter. Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. Now we have this built. So we'll throw that on down. And so I'm trying to think of what we need with this one. So I think it needs power, and that should be good. It'll also output mob essence, which we might want to capture for future mob farms. So that would be actually good. So we need power, and then this is, okay, so this is the essence, and we can capture that. And these are the upgrade slots, and this will be the ender pearls being sucked in, which we can extract out via the piping, which I'm glad we did this as a kind of like a test to start learning some of these thermodynamics piping, because I did not know how to work those before working on that. So I think that's good. Now we got that complete. So let's fly over to good old Ender IO, one of my absolute favorite mods, and we'll fly on down here. Now there's also a vacuum chest and an XP chest, or a XP vacuum, so we might be able to use those. There's also another vacuum from another mod that might be better because it combines XP. Anyway, so there's some different pipings, which I don't know what's better, Ender IO piping or thermodynamics. I know thermodynamics has more options, but these are so simple and easy. But anyway, what I want to make here is a soul binder and a slice and slice. So that's going to be amazing. So these things are going to require quite a few different materials. So a soul machine chassis, so similar to the more advanced chassis for, say, the alloy smelter. And then this one, gosh, these blocks are going to be really cool once we get them done because they have so much like beautiful animation and design to them. Be one of the reasons why I want to try these this time, just for something different. So this needs 3 different heads, and I think we actually have all of these. I was wondering if it was just random heads, but it's these particular ones. Let's go over here, and then that's just a zombie, but can be anything. So yeah, we got to start creating these. So let me start working on these soul machines, and we need a soul powder. Okay, did I make some of that or not? I know I was working on some of this. Okay, so we need to work on some of that powder, and I'll be right back. Forgot to get something, and that is an ender head. So we're here at the famous black pearl here. So we'll jump on in here. These things are 10 bucks. So these things are 10 bucks. So we need one of those. There we go. And away we go back to base. Forgot to show you this. I was able to achieve a capture of an Enderman, which took way too long, but I was able to grab a witch and pigman. So I was able to get those guys too. So those are future things we'll work on in a future video. So what we need to do, wait, I thought I got one of those. Maybe I don't have my inventory. No, I don't have my inventory. So we'll work on this one over here. So this machine is the slicer. So we'll grab that and we'll just set this down for now. So we open this up. This is going to need a couple components. What we're going to be doing with that is, let's jump over to this. We're going to be able to create the Z Logic controller. So that's fairly simple. So we'll be able to make that in just a little bit. Well, we'll go back over here and we're going to grab out our Enderman head. And now we can create this one. This might be one of my favorite blocks in all of modded. All right, watch this thing. Oh, wait, you won't be able to see it yet. But when you're converting like a spawner to another type, say if you had a zombie spawner, you're converting it to a jelly, for instance, spawner. This thing slowly turns and makes like a really cool noise. That's why I wanted to play with this mod, because we've never done this stuff before. And when I was goofing around in creative, just seeing how it all worked, I was like, that might be the coolest block in the world. Anyway, so let's see, what else do we need? I think that's good for now. I think we've got everything we need. These things all are going to require a colossal amount of power. So that's something we're going to have to work on. So yeah, let me work on this. Let's see, where is it again? Let me check. I'm just trying to make sure I get everything right. So vibrant crystals are easy. But this thing, the Z Logic controller. So that is a couple things we're gonna have to do in the slicer. That's gonna require a decent amount of power too. So zombie head, and then a little bit of the different types of materials that are easy to grab. So solarium, I like that name. Anyway, let me get this all done. So this should be the last ingredients we need to start creating this. There we go. We got the power on. Oh, see, look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. That little green stuff that came out of there. And its Z-Logic controller is now complete. So this is our next phase. So what we need to do is we need to take our soul vial of the Enderman and we need to place it in there. And where did I place my broken spawner? I had one. Here it is. Broken zombie spawner. Beautiful. So if I remember right, which I really do hope, let's see, this goes here and our Enderman go there. Beautiful. And then what I need to do is I'm going to borrow you. I'm going to take that. I'm going to slide that on inside and this should start making some magic happen. 0 of 8. Use player XP. I think I did a thing. There we go. We totally did a thing. All right, so that's progressing fairly well. We should have enough power to make that happen. Beautiful, wonderful. And there's an XP bar on my right hand. Don't know what that is, but here it is. Look at that thing. I love this. I really, really like this little thing. It just turns. It's like grinding away, creating our particular spawner we want from a zombie spawner. And I just think that's cool. The person who created Ender.io like has like a good imagination when it comes to the blocks. They add a lot of like creativity to them. So it's not just like a basic block and it just does something, but there's animation to it and there's a little bit of story to it in the way. I like this. I like this a lot. So let's check on the progress here. Ooh, we're almost up and we have plenty of power to continue our way. I'm glad I got some XP too. So, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. Anyway, let's take a quick look over here. And so this is the basic design. So it could be any head. We need electrical steel, another machine chassis. Doesn't look like we need the advanced one, but the Z-Logic. And of course, our vibrant crystals. And I made some of those just a moment ago. And here it is, Enderman spawner. Beautiful. And then whatever, we'll see the vial there for now. And let's see, we've got that. Anything else we need? Let's just jump over here real quick. Oh, I missed the crafting tables from Tinker's Construct. It's like one of the things that I kind of miss from Tinker's Construct is the crafting tables. Let's see, I think this is it. So what else do we need? Just a machine chassis. Oh, my friends, we are well underway to creating our Enderman spawner here. And we just one more little thing here and bam, we've got it. Well, I got a little carried away with excitement. I forgot a particular stage here. I did make this after all. We need to take our anvil. And then I'm going to take the broken spawner and the powered spawner, put those together, and that creates an Enderman spawner. As of right now, this is empty. So then that's combining that together. And now we have an Enderman spawner. I got a little carried away. Like I was super excited to get going and I forgot a critical step. Now we need to decide where our spawner is going to go. And I think on this right-hand side. So let's start working over here. Now I've expanded out the hallway just in terms of spacing for the different pillars and so we can bring the floor and our details all the way down to here. So I think the spawner will be through this little doorway and we'll set it up right here. So I'm going to put the mob crusher and I think the mob crusher has, let's see, no, it's the spawner that has the thing. So if I place the spawner down, it should show me a radius. Oh, this is really, really helpful. So the mobs will spawn within the radius, I guess. So this will help us determine the scale of the room. So I think I'm going to make a really basic attempt of building this across here, just so we have kind of a base structure to work from. So this will be the doorway. Now, with all of the designs that we're going to work with, we have a very basic structure of the blocks that make things work, right? So put that on one side and then detail on the other. Things that aren't functional, they're just for aesthetic design. So we'll build off all the structure today and then detail will come next. And that's where I'm excited because I want to take these kind of like inventor type details that we're creating, these crazy cat tycoon, and just make those like a giant like spike, you know, things that the inventor's trying to come up with to kill the Enderman, for instance. That's what I want to kind of design. So if we're inside this little box here, actually, I don't mind where we're at right now. And then the crusher, I think, needs to face this way and we can place that, you know, wherever. We'll get that one set up. But I do think I'm going to make like a fake device that looks like it's killing the Enderman, like right here with chisel and bits. That could be really fun. But yeah, so let me start working on getting this kind of set up and thinking how the dimensions of this room will work. Oh, one last thing too. The output of this device, so the ender pearls, of course, I think we can just pipe them right over here to, you know, one of the chests over here. So I think that'll work out great. So let me work on that. We are definitely making some progress. So I've got the hallway here all finished up. So that stretches way out here. And you know, we've got the lights and our power system set up how we like it. And of course, in this part where there's kind of a junction in the tunnel, I got a little bit different light. It hangs down a little bit lower. I'd like to do something on the floor to distinguish this area as being different from the other areas of the hallway. Haven't come up with that yet. And I think this looks generally pretty good. The power hookup, so these little cords that go across here, I haven't quite come up with what I want to do. I think I'm gonna have them like loop across here or maybe come up. I don't know. I haven't come up with what I want to do yet. So that's kind of a work in progress. But our actual spawning area is coming out really, really well. So let's go through the dark and valuable glass. Look at this. We can go right through this. So I didn't know that I had these little like crystal balls that I found on the ground. Like at the beginning of the season, I had them in a chest. And I was like, I want to make this, but I have no idea how to make these little balls. And I realized I found those at one point. Anyway, so heading in here, we've got the mob crusher. It's set up over there. I think there's a way of covering these up with like panels or something. Let me know how you do that. I think you can especially do it for like piping and stuff along those lines. Of course, we have the powered spawner here. I really like having this scaffolding floor. I think that looks really nice. Down below, I have basalt down there, so it just gives it kind of a dark impression. I was thinking about putting cursed dirt down there, so having the curse, you know, stuff like coming up through the grates, that might be really cool. But I didn't want mobs to spawn, but I didn't know if it prevents mobs if you have a block over it. I just wanted the particulate matter to come up, right? I thought that would be pretty cool. So I haven't come up with what I do for a ceiling yet, but the designs for what this place will look like with chisel and bits, oh my gosh, I got some morbid ideas. I want Enderman blood around here. I do. And it's green. It's going to be green. It's going to be like dripping out the walls and stuff. I think that'll be real fun. But yeah, what I'm trying to do now is come up with what I want to do on these cracks right here. So like I've tried a lot of different blocks and I just haven't quite found the right balance. Like I thought maybe I could throw in these like across here and it's like the purple doesn't really match the rest of our design throughout our base. And here it is. This is another block I was looking for. You know, something like that, but I don't know. I need something to go on this little corner right here, but I haven't come up with what that'll be yet, but we're definitely making some progress. So yeah, let me work on this a little bit longer and eventually we'll be spawning in some Endermen very soon. We did it. We've got the Enderman farm going. There was a lot of glitches in the system, so it took a little bit to work through those, a good 3 hours or so, but sneak peek. Haha, I'm so excited. So they're spawning a little bit slow because a powered spawner requires a lot of power. And the only power that I have at the moment is solar, but we'll work on that. That's one thing I'd love to get from you guys is power solutions. What could I do to power this place up super well? But this is it. We've got the void glass. At least that's what I call it. I just think, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me a little bit of the mirror in Harry Potter. In the first Harry Potter. In the Sorcerer's Stone. Anyway, got a little lost in thought there. So yeah, we got that set up there. And as you guys can see, we've got this really, really cool little chamber in here. A vacuum on this side. We've got the powered spawner here. And I love the mob mashers. Like I wanted this farm to be made with mob mashers. But here is where I had difficulty. When an Enderman hits these, they teleport away. And I was like, oh, and I worked for hours trying to figure out how I could make it work. But unfortunately, this machine hidden behind this guy right here was the only way I could figure it out. So I think this looks really nice. And then this should be working pretty well, I think. And then let's go downstairs real quick. So this is into the area where we got some mechanics. So of course, this is our power system going off. A little capacitor bank, completely empty, of course, because of the power drain of the Ender machine, whatever it's called. That goes up to solar panels. We can improve the solar panels now that we have so many ender pearls. So that makes me really happy. And I think our floor looks nice. So within this space, we are going to transform it in the next episode. We want to add so many little details here with chisel and bits and things. But I think it looks nice. Like it looks acceptable, at least for me. For now, anyway. But I think we can make this whole area look really cool. I want to add like little power stations here and there. I think that'd look really nice. But yeah, like, what do you guys think? Did this come out okay? I mean, it's working. It might not be the most efficient thing in the world, but I'm proud of it. This is the very, very first mob farm I've ever created and modded. So that's why I'm very, very pleased with it. And let's take a quick look back here. Maybe you guys could lend me some suggestions. So temporarily, I just had this little tank here filling up. Eventually, we could probably throw that into the system. But for now, it's right here. I think it's okay for what it's doing. This is my piping. So I think the piping's working. Like I said, I'm always up to suggestions, maybe to increase the speed. Anything along those lines could help. And it's going directly into a connecting drawer. See, oh, look at the little ender pearl. Oh, that's so cool. Anyway, it's going directly into there, not into the storage connector drawer, but I think it's okay that it's not. But yeah, there's another one. Oh my gosh, look at it go. That's super cool. But yeah, you can probably tell I'm pretty happy about this. Like I said, this is my very first mob farm built and modded. Only the second mob farm I've ever created in Minecraft entirely. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this, guys. And as always, suggestions are very much appreciated in terms of if we should get rid of the colossal chests, what should our power needs be in the future, and what shop should I create? Should I create the popsicle shop? I kind of want to create it, but there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed today. And until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And if you believe the videos are ready, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later. And don't forget to subscribe, because you may just become scarred for life.